and welcome to another episode of Draw with Jarius. Episode 13, as we got it going here. And yeah, wow, it's been quite some time since I've done one of these, to tell you the truth. um, so, as ever, we're going to be knocking some dust off with this one. And to keep you guys in the know, in case the new ones, this is basically the opportunity where I sit back and relax with you guys, and whilst we see something playing off in the background that whether it be my studies or a render, or, what have you. And for this case, for what we got going right now, is watching some practices over me drawing some hands, because I'm sure you guys already know how that goes. Where uh, always a good area for constant study. So yeah, that's gonna be our uh, play off in the background here, and yeah, we just sit back, chat, uh, ditch you guys a little bit on what's going on as of late, and talk about some stuff. It's not so often I get to do stuff like this where I'm just sitting back and talking into the microphone, to the camera, whilst just not drawing, because it's like, every time we be doing a video and all that, it's drawing, right? Which is great, get on the grind, which helps us improve and all that. By no means I'm not complaining, but it is just funny to well, maybe not funny is the best word to describe it. It's uh, a bit of a relaxing to have a bit break from the drawing and just sit back and chat. So yeah, hope you come to enjoy. But all that being said, with that long intro, yes, you guys. So, as ever, I do have some things that to talk about that I'm just thrilled to share. First things first, is you guys, and giving thanks to y'all for uh, expressing your happiness and support through my art, and cheering me on with that. Uh, Lately, I've been doing some live streams, and getting in on that train, seeing if I like it, and yeah, I mean, so far I've taken a strong loving to it. I've been debating whether it's best for me to do it in the morning or at the night, and after much trial and error, I can say firmly that I think I do like it better when I'm doing it in the morning, for sure. Um, there's a lot that goes on in my mind, and uh, it's in the morning where it's like I have the most energy, because I'm quite the early bird. Not that it comes easy, but yeah, is there. And doing it in the night, it's like I can feel myself wavering, and I want to sleep. So I think it is best to get in on the morning streams, as it is good. Nothing like getting some drawing after a good old breakfast of eggs and chicken or sausage. I do love to get into good breakfast. Uh, it is a feel like a something that you can definitely incorporate, and that doesn't get talked enough about. Eating breakfast. So I do recommend to get in on that uh, breakfast if you haven't already, especially when you're doing it with some, sausage, biscuits. Just it's always good to just, you know, how to say it, like spoil yourself with some good food. It really does help out. But anyway, going back to live streaming in the mornings and just live streaming in general, um, it's taken a great appreciation for you guys in that watching them and getting into some chats with you guys, um, having some good laughs here and there, and the great thing about it that I love is that uh, I'm only just beginning here, and I'm already seeing the people stopping by here and there, and that's just motivates me to keep on going and keep on pushing for uh, other ideas to stream and just to have fun with it. And it also makes for great growth in terms of like building that confidence, in talking to the camera or just doing videos in general. I could definitely notice the great difference there. We're starting to improve, getting better and better. So that's always good. Um, Around here, as ever, the motto is ever growing and ever loving, and we do just that around here. That's kind of the overall message that I want to get across with my YouTube. Just showcasing my um, learning and growing, and just sharing the things that make me happy and that bring fulfillment to me, and that honestly don't get appreciated in the way that is the healthy way, so to speak. Because um, there's just, like, all kinds of like criticisms and like being analytical with art and all that. Like, okay, so this looks like crap, and it's like, wow, okay, like chill out, like I'm having problems understanding how did we get to like being so aggressive with our critiques. Like there's nothing wrong with constructive criticism by no means, but it's like being bully-ish about it. That's where it's like turns me off there. But everyone has their own opinion to have, so it's a matter of just growing a thick skin with that one, so that we don't let it bog us down, right? So yeah, that's the situation there. But going back to talking about you guys in the live streams, you know, um, things just keep growing here, and just having fun with it, and slowly but surely building a community. Like I'm gonna go off a bit of a what do you say? How do you say it? Like a bragging bit here with uh, one buddy of mine that has been with me, and that is Ard Boy. And buddy, if you're watching this right now, then kudos to you, my man. Hello there. um, Ard Boy, I really do appreciate this guy. Um, Keeping up with me and being the one to help me out, and have good chats and a good laughs with. Um, One stream where long ago was like doing a live time rendering of a reference of a lady, a beautiful lady, and we had some trouble with the forehead. Gave her a bit of a too big of a forehead, and yeah, he made that um, known to me, and I'm like, wow, like this is insane. It was only after it was fixed that I got to see just how much far off the mark I was, and it was pretty funny. Like you get so used to seeing something for so long, and then you just makes you neglect what it is that is wrong with it. Um, I'm not sure the best way to describe it, but basically, it's always good to have an extra set of eyes. With whenever it is when you're drawing something. That's another thing why I love streaming. Actually, that I've come to understand is that drawing real time with other people watching and doing the live streams, it makes it to where there's someone else that can help you out and see things that you may be overlooking, and as always, that's a much appreciative thing there, because I mean, a lot of times, especially in drawing, I can forget certain things and overlook certain things, and it just completely uh, flies over my head. But with Ard Boy, my buddy, helping me out, we be doing some good things here. Be cooking some good illustrations and good sketches for sure. Uh, but yeah, that's just really happy thing to see. And especially when we just barely starting out and uh, bettering ourselves and dabbing into live streaming and seeing the community side of this build bit by bit, uh, especially with the comments as well. This is really strange to me too. I did a video on an artist a couple of months ago, um, where I was doing an artist showcase. Rukurachi, great artist, and I did a video on her that was showcasing her artwork. Talking about her and expressing my love for her illustrations, and it turns out that a couple of months later, like into now, it has been popping up, and getting some comments here and there. um it's like why did I found your video instead of the artist here? That Tristan Precia is saying, I was just scrolling and someone posted a shit post that is actually goon material. Wink, wink. I see you, my man. And someone says her name in it. Let me read it more here. It says her name in the comments. When I searched, I found you yapping about her. Yes, we yap good when we do an artist showcase. She really is a creative, quote unquote, artist. If you know, you know. Yes. I know what you mean, my man. I know what you mean. Anyway, would be funny if she and Derpixion did a collab on Anya. An interesting video again. If you know, you know. Yes, we know. Thank you very much, Tristan. Thank you very much. I don't know who Derpixion is. I gotta be honest with you guys. Uh, but yeah, it's it's funny, you know, like um, it does kind of boggle my mind here since we're talking about Rikarachi. Is that she doesn't have her own YouTube, and that what makes that interesting is that she doesn't have a YouTube, but she does have a Twitch. Um, I don't. The last time I looked at her Twitch, she wasn't very active on that. Um, and you know, it just what baffles me about that is that she's such a great artist and uh, incredible talent right there. Um, on Twitter, she did a sketch of Yor from Spy X Family, of or not a sketch, but like an actual like charcoal drawing of her, and you know it was like it's so realistic and so amazing, you know, and I'm like, bro, like where did you come from? You know, like it amazes me at how like Twitter specifically just catches me off guard with how many great artists are out there. You know, like I can be just scrolling randomly one day and I'm like, who the heck are you? You know, like it's there's so much um, artists out there that are really like out there. You know, like incredible talent and amazing art styles. And so with Rukarachi here, I feel like if she, I mean, like she wouldn't even have to try to make it big for her to be big if she gave YouTube a shot. You know, she's it would definitely I definitely see it being very easy for her if she gave it a shot. But I don't want to misspeak, but you know, for various reasons, she may not be trying it. And uh, to add on to that is that um, one of my inspirations for drawing itself is Cheizu art. And Cheizu, when I was first starting out, I watched some of his YouTube, or not his YouTube, his I watched his courses, his art course. I took his art course, and I took a lot of learning from him, from his course, and he is a great teacher, a great instructor in his approach in his courses. You know, I remember his story. I remember his approaches to learning and um, using technical skill in that studying an artist's approach to drawing and uh, seeing the fundamentals in whatever it is that you are looking at, you know, what have you. And there was a certain uh, video in those courses where he was talking about how to grow on social media, and one of those things he was talking about YouTube, and he was saying that he did give YouTube a shot, but he came to that conclusion that it wasn't in him to pursue YouTube. And you know, looking back now, it's like, wow, you know, like, um, because it's really hard to uh, well, let's see how to say this. Like when I started doing and getting into YouTube, um, there has been a vision that I have in my mind that I keep going back to, and it's a bit of a it's like very far out, and to see someone that is a great inspiration for me have to give it a shot, and then it wasn't for them. And Jesu is like so amazing, and he was a great communicator with it, and for me, when I took the course, I like what I wanted to do is, YouTube, but I wanted to focus on getting better at, drawing itself before I, uh, try juggling two different things at once, and, to hear him say that, it was like, oh man, like if he tried it and it wasn't in him, then like, why would it be in it for me? And it's like for me to now think about it, it's coming to understand that you know I'm still learning and still tweaking with what it is that I want to do with YouTube. But I mean, one thing is for certain, and without doubt, is that doing YouTube is what I want to do, and it very much is in me, because otherwise I would not be here. Uh, um, I would not keep feeling that inner voice or the inner flame to uh, keep at it and to keep trying. And it's like I'm staying, keeping that vision that I have in my mind in the forefront of my eyes. I know that sounds cheesy, but what I have in mind is to, be the best that I can be, and even um, have fun with what it is that I love, and make impact on others, and share the joy for drawing, and have that joy pour out into other people. You know, um, yeah, that's just what I uh, have in mind with YouTube. And as always, we're gonna be keep growing and keep learning, and uh, we're only gonna get high. Gonna oh my gosh, we're only gonna be going higher from here. So it's very. I'm just really grateful to the progress that we've been making, and the growth that's been there, because there's been a great amount of growth and learning and studying that we're still going at it. Um, I may not be where I want to be, but I feel like right now I'm where I need to be. And it's quite the peaceful thought to uh, see with that one. But anyway, sorry, we're getting all cheesy and emotional right here. uh, but with all that said, You know, another thing that is fun to admit is that um, figuring out what it is to do with reels themselves, like on TikTok, where they're not called reels on TikTok. It's just TikTok. um, because the software that I use is DaVinci for everything. For editing and exporting the video itself, and the phone that I have is Android, and so for posting it on TikTok, it like doesn't work. It like gets stuck on uh, the loading part of it, and that makes it really annoying. In that, how do I even post this thing? Um, Before it was uh, fairly simple because um, I had an iPad and I could just excuse me, I could like airdrop it, but it isn't as easy as that anymore. So I'm having to adapt and figure out other ways to do it. Lately that's been something that I've been trying to figure out. But eventually I'm gonna figure something out. I'll just work around it really. Um, I see a lot of people just have music or audio built into it and then export it from there, which is what I'm thinking about doing, since that is just a straightforward approach there, not having to think much about it. That's the key here. Let's not think too much about it and work smarter, not harder, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing there. Another thing that has been fun to do is that doing some studies on faces and more specifically proportions of faces. And um, lately, studying on that has been quite the growth there and the very versatile. The approach that I've been using with the method with heads has been from Michael Hampton's Design and Invention book. And it's been a great help in drawing the head and to finally understand what it is that I'm doing. like, um, it's been really a process to figure it out and um, understand it. But it's like I kept telling myself that, this is the method that is really going to pay off. You know, so so I just made honest approaches to really understand what it is that I'm doing here, so that we can just uh, manipulate the method to uh, have it work with, say the anime style, of course, and tweaking it a little bit goes a long way, and it's it just makes me very happy to finally see the fruits of my labor really uh, come to fruition. Fruition. Oh, I'm using some big words, but it's just really happy to see things finally starting to pay off after much um, like studies and figuring it out. It's really starting to pay off, and um, it's been really good. It's been really good. I'm quite fulfilled with uh, where I'm at with my skill, but as ever, we're not going to be settling, of course. I do have a lots and lots more to work on and all that, but the key here is to be at joy with where we're at and where we're gonna be going. You know, we only gonna be going higher from here, y'all. That is the plan. The plan. Um, but anyway, wow. So we're at 30 minutes right now. um, it has been a while since I've done this. Maybe it's because I've gotten a bit more used to talking that it feels longer. That may sound pretty unfamiliar to hear. Um, getting used to talking since, if some lore is that I have autism, so things take a bit more time and a bit more um, work to understand something. And so it's been an ongoing growth in that, in communicating and um, expressing myself, if that is the right way to say it. Um, lately, things have been pretty um, patient. Is that the correct wording there? Um, in terms of like um, how to put my thoughts into words and oh, multitasking. Yeah, multitasking because drawing and talking at the same time too, and it's been fun. You know, it definitely adds more to the motivation to keep on going with this because not only do I get better at drawing, but I also get better at expressing the love that I have and sharing that with others. And then those others uh, I get to build community with. And they come to have good times with me. And, we most certainly do. You know, as always, I do find a great joy when coming across beginners and um, the pros too to get noticed. And it's funny to say that, we were just talking about Rukarachi uh, earlier, and one comment that I posted of her from Twitter, it let's see, I'm trying to remember what it was. The one Pacific that blew up. Um, it was the one where I was saying like she draws digitally beautifully. She draws traditionally beautifully, and I'm like, Rukarachi, my dear, like, what is your lore? And she was like, lore, like, and basically, whenever I comment on her posts, a lot of the times she's uh, either liking and replying, and I'm like, ooh, because well, this may sound a little cheesy, but one dream and a goal that I would definitely love to do is collab with Rukarachi. You know, maybe do a little video with her where we perhaps do a little podcasting, if you will, and talking about her story and maybe even sharing some tips on how to draw here and there. That is something that came into my mind uh, a while back, and it was like, that would be a pretty good idea for content. Much later down the line, though, since we gotta get ourselves a podcast mic as well as a um, set ourselves a bit of a room there so that we can give off the proper um, atmosphere, if you will, for that kind of stuff. Because uh, I do absolutely love the podcast aesthetic. Um, so I'm like, you know what? I wonder if that would work in drawing. Like, what kind of ideas we could do there, and like maybe uh, where I do a bit of interviews of other artists where they share their ideas or um, advice and their story, and basically give other people who don't do YouTube and to give them the spotlight, you know, and it's like in a way for me to um, get an inside scoop, so to speak, with uh, other people and their uh, approaches and goals, and the approach to drawing itself. And so um, it would definitely it definitely sounds like a fun idea to me. So I do look forward to that. I will definitely admit that I will make an honest effort to have Rukarachi be the first one that I ever do, if we are gonna do that idea. That hopefully we'll fly her in, you know, have a real time chat in real life and all that. May sound goofy, but yeah, that'd be something that would be one for the books. That would definitely be one for the books. uh, but anyway, Oh yes, yes, and I just thought of something that came up a while ago, earlier today, is that that new Legend of Zelda movie got an update, huh? The post from Nintendo um, talking about the um, release date for Nintendo, and it's like, ooh, like this is Miyamoto that he always says, and then you see the picture of, of course. By the way, sorry about spoiling you if you don't even know anything about the Legend of Zelda movie. But anyway, so he makes that post, and you see the pics, and it's like, bro, like holy crap, this is actually perfect. Like I love the atmosphere that we got going here. Like the trees, green, the green, and it's like that is like absolutely perfect. And the look of Bo Braggerson and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, they look perfect. Like I don't know what else I can say. There's not much else to say. Bo Braggerson, you know, um, her design and uh, the look here, it is definitely amazing. And one of the um, comments in the Twitter was like, in all of the attention to detail, because if you zoom into Zelda's shirt, then you can see the Triforce pattern in the shirt, with the white, and it's like, wow, you know, um, they're paying a very great attention to detail there, and like honestly, um, that alone, like to know that they are paying attention to detail there, that alone tells me that uh, this movie is in great hands, you know, and it's just amazing. Like if this is just what we got from the few picks, then I mean, oh my gosh, I can't imagine what the trailer itself is gonna be. You know, it definitely gets me hyped up. They're doing a wonderful job at getting me hyped up for this movie, and um, definitely don't want to skip over my man um, over here with Link. Oh my gosh, like this is literally perfect. uh, Bro is literally him, Link from Twilight Princess. Like this is, I, I don't know what else to say. Like this is, I'm speechless here, you guys. Like if you don't know what I'm talking about, then I mean, by all means, please do give a look on Twitter. Like I'm so certain that you will come across this the first second you open up Twitter. Uh, but my man Benjamin, this is perfection. uh, they were doing some great. They're doing great justice here with Legend of Zelda. These photos here we got of the characters. It's like, oh my gosh, it's just wonderful, completely wonderful. I'm beyond joyful that they went down the how do you say it, like the real time movie. How do you say it? I'm gonna search this up. Real time movie called, oh, it's called live action. Oh my gosh, yes, live action. I mean, a live action route versus the uh, animation route, because it does make sense completely to do um, animation like with Mario and Sonic and Pikachu, but Legend of Zelda in particular, it just makes the better approach to do it in live action because the lore itself is more on that, fantasy side, of course, but it still has that atmosphere of realism to it, you know. So I'm quite happy with um, how things are looking so far for the movie here. I'm like, in a way, I am. Now that I think about it, a bit nervous with how they're going to do the story, because I mean, first of all, what are they even going to talk about? Because um, I think they're going to do maybe talk about Breath of the Wild here, maybe, or like, um, it would be crazy if they're gonna be talking about Ocarina of Time, though. Because that would be a pretty good movie there for a plot. Um, but honestly, at this point, I feel like whatever they do, I'm just gonna love it. So uh, it's just thrown up in the air there. Uh, it's up to them wholeheartedly, and in the end, I just know I'm gonna love it regardless. So, uh, yeah, I'm looking quite happy to that. Which is they're gonna release it on May 7th, 2027, which is in the grand scheme of things actually not that far uh, away. It's yeah, the hype is there. So I can't wait for the actual trailer itself, what that's gonna look like. I already know it's gonna take the world by storm. That much is for certain. um, and it's a funny story too. Uh, Now that I think about it, early in my childhood, in one Halloween, my mom made a Link tunic for me. You know, and it looked really cool. Uh, I do have to tell you this, guys. It does not look as comfortable as it looks. I mean, it does not feel as comfortable as it looks. At least I was using the. Um, it was the young Link outfit that she referenced there, and it was really fun to do Halloween in that, for sure. And when I remember when I got really sweaty in that thing though, because that night it was um, pretty hot and humid, and so I got to sweating, and um, the the tunic and the what do you call it, the tights themselves, they got really skin tight on me, and it's like they were literally glued to me, and so it was very uncomfortable, and it's like I remember very vividly to myself, like as I was coming um, home from my last trick or treat, I was like, "Oh, mommy, I want to go home." you know, um, so it's a fun memory. I have a lot of fun memories with this franchise, Legend of Zelda. Ever since I heard about this, uh, the announcement that they're going to be doing a live action movie, I was like, oh my gosh, my childhood is like, here we go again, because um, I loved the Mario movie. Me and Mario go way back, and so do me and Legend of Zelda. My favorite Legend of Zelda, of course, has been Ocarina of Time. I absolutely loved that game. Definitely uh, had me feeling very immersed in the story and the mechanics of it. I absolutely loved it. So um, I just know that this movie is going to be like phenomenal, and is definitely believing it to be the movie for 2027. Because I mean, seriously, I don't see anything else taking things by the storm as far as like video games are concerned, like the video game world. Um, but yeah, I get so excited. um, Now it's like all that I can think about now is Legend of Zelda. uh, Another thing too is like now that I'm thinking about like looking forward to how they're gonna do the music. Yeah, because oh my gosh, there's so much potential there. Like they could honestly just do what music has already been done before, and things won't. Uh, Things will still be okay. Uh, like if they just remastered the whole um, music setup for whatever it is that they're going to do, I feel like they would still be a okay. I don't feel like they have to do some new things in order for it to be uh, absolutely wonderful. It would be great. Definitely don't get me wrong on that one. Um, but yeah, I I honestly don't feel like they'd have to do too much to make it be phenomenal with this movie, because I mean at this point it's already way above the expectations here. So yeah, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Oh, but anyway, I just went through a huge rant there, my guys. I'm sorry about that. uh, but yeah, it is fun to think about looking at these hands and seeing it come together a bit by bit. And as I was drawing these, um, what I was referencing is a video by uh, David Finch, I think it is, and he's talking about the hands and breaking them down into shapes, and uh, how there is a rhythm to the hands, and basically just playing around with it. And um, I remember he was saying like just draw hundreds of them, and eventually you'll figure out um, the method behind hands, because it's like there's a huge variety to drawing hands. There's just so much difference in the gesture. Um, but that's just it. The keyword gesture. Like, uh, so long as we get something on the map here, then it's like everything else will just fall into place. Um, I remember that video that Sam Does Art did where he drew like 300 hands in a day, and like the thought of that is absolute torture to me. But it's like it really paid off with uh, Sam there because his hands are really good now. Like, was it torture? Yes. Was it worth it? Yes. um, I think it was do all these hands. It took me an hour and 30 minutes, and I think these were 13 hands in total. So, an hour and 30 for 13 hands isn't too bad. I'll definitely take that as a dub. Uh, Gotta take ones whenever we can, right? But yeah, like I'm just maybe I will do something like that. Like though maybe not as a video because oh my gosh, that sounds like a complete nightmare to record and all that. But perhaps more on the lines of just doing it just because and for the growth and getting better at drawing hands in general. Uh, but yeah, maybe I will do that because honestly, I've gone a bit of a tangent on getting tired of being bad at drawing hands. So I'm thinking like, you know what? Maybe we should just get it over with, right? Uh, but anyway, with all that being said, I'm gonna bring this to a close, you guys. Um, as ever, I do love getting into these chats with you guys and uh, seeing what it is that's going on, And as ever, I do appreciate you guys watching and sticking around. You know, uh, as ever around here, we drawing, we're ever growing, ever loving, and yeah, ever adventuring into this beautiful thing called drawing. And yeah, we just having good times and a good love and good chats all around. So yeah, with all that being said, I do hope that you've come to enjoy our little chat here. And while watching these hands being drawn too. Uh, but with all that being said, as ever, I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.